A beautiful Monday, a beautiful morning rather to you. I'm taking you back to the Monday, maybe because Monday is an exciting day for me. But it's a Wednesday, it's not Monday. A beautiful morning to you this morning. I'm glad to be on your screens today, and I'm sure you are glad to be watching me and my colleague on your screens this morning. My name is Margaret Opera, and as usual, I have my amazing colleague. Good morning, Michael Nat.
Hello, good morning,
I almost
Margaret.
said Monday.
Yeah, Monday was exciting to you.
Yeah.
That's the reason today being Tuesday.
Today it's Wednesday. No, you are even making a mistake.
What's
Today is
going on?
Wednesday. Yeah, I'm excited today, particularly because today happens to be the birthday of a special and super amazing friend of mine and also a colleague in the house. He's an amazing person, and trust me, all of the wonderful shows we have every morning, he's actually the head of the DOPs in iBrand Studios, and wish you a happy birthday.
And you
many more
wouldn't
years.
want us to know who you're talking
Of
about?
course, you know him. His name is Elvis. We call him Elvis Yayo. You know, no,
Well,
he's an amazing person.
happy birthday to him.
Yes, yes, yes.
All right, we've got it as usual. A lot of interesting lineup for you to make sure that you have a wonderful time watching the show this morning. We've got, as usual, a news update, a newspaper review, topic of discussion, which definitely will thrill you by the time we introduce it. We also have a sports review with Jidechi, and of course, Tweet Central to wrap it all up. Right now, here is the news update. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, Tuesday, has assured that legislative interventions must be stepped up by the National Assembly to protect Nigerians against the heightening spate of insecurity in the country. Lawan said this when the upper chamber held 1 minute silence 6 times during plenary to honor Nigerians who lost their lives to various forms of insecurity in the country. The Senate President explained such interventions would be backed by collaborative efforts between the legislature, executive, Nigerians to address Nigeria's security challenges.
Now, abductors have over 136 students and staff of Sadiu Tanko Islamic School, Sagina, in the Rafi local government area of Niger State are demanding the sum of 110 million as a ransom for safe release of the victims. They threaten to kill the victims should the school or their parents fail to meet their demands by midnight of Tuesday. The head of the school, Abubakar Al-Hassan, disclosed these to journalists on Tuesday, adding that the bandits' call came in about 4 p.m. on Monday. Al-Hassan said, contrary to their expectation, the bandits claimed they have a total of 156 people with them, made up of pupils and staff. He said the management of the school has contacted the state government on the latest developments, but the government is insisting on not paying ransom to the bandits.
Bandits, again, have killed 6 persons in an attack on communities in Jema, Benin, Gwari, and Giwa local government areas of Kaduna State Tuesday morning. Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs Samuel Arwan, who disclosed this in a statement, also said a Nigerian committed suicide. According to him, security agencies have reported a deadly attack on Goska community in Jemea local government area. The bandits invaded the community and killed 4 residents, he added. The aged woman reportedly tied a rope around her neck in a room and took her life for reasons yet unknown as of this time.
Gunmen still opened fire in a car carrying a Ugandan government minister in an attempted assassination, injuring the former army commander and killing his daughter and driver. 4 attackers on motorcycles sprayed bullets at a 4-wheel drive vehicle carrying General Katumba Wamala, the Minister of Works and Transport, in the Kampala suburb of Kisasi.
Pope Francis has issued the most extensive revision to Catholic Church law in 4 decades, insisting that bishops take action against clerics who abuse minors and vulnerable adults, commit fraud, or attempt to ordain women. The revision, which has been in the works since 2009, involves all of Section 6 of the Church's Code of Canon Law, a 7-book code of about 1,750 articles. It replaced the code approved by Pope John Paul II in 1983 and will take effect on December the 8th.
All right, now we draw the curtain for news updates. Up next, after the short break, it's the newspaper review. Stay with us. We'll be right back. True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming true unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070-6663-8213 or 081-6397-4447. Distributors.
Fresh from the farm, it good for body. No chemical at all. This na real banga. No more wahala or pandy washy. Just put on for fire and your food is done ready. Everybody follow me, chop banga, hey banga, oh. Make you follow me, chop
Banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070-666-38213. Banga for make your food yummy.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Swift Dry Cleaners Limited, professional dry cleaners, best in dry cleaning and laundry services, that meets the needs of our consumers. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Yeah, for clean wash and quick delivery. Yeah, Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. Swift Dry Cleaners Limited. For clean wash and quick delivery.
Swift Dry Cleaners. Clean wash.
It's Wednesday morning here on iBrandTV, and the show still is Daybreak. And now time for us to bring you the headlines on some of today's Nigerian dailies. We have here in the house Dr. Dayo Kayode, political technocrat. He is here to, of course, help us review the papers this morning. Doc, you're welcome to the show.
Good morning. How is it been? I wish I was there on Monday to listen to this sport commentator and see how he's going to assess and evaluate my darling club, Chelsea.
Oh, well, he's going to come.
Okay. he did justice to it,
Yeah.
no doubt about it.
Because
So
I
you're a
always-
fan of Chelsea.
Yes, I'm a fan of Chelsea. I always enjoy the way he always talk about
Yeah.
That feat wasn't a mean one at all. No, it wasn't. We are all happy for them. All right, now we're kicking off with a punch. Stop threats. PDP tells Buhari as federal government again promises tough actions with riders there. President blames politicians jostling for power, says he will be hard on troublemakers. Another lead there, rider, a lead battle against insecurity. Match words with actions. Enough of threats. That's coming from the PDP. I saw Oshomole Iyamu's congratulatory messages on social media. That's Governor Obaseki. I want to take you to the very, very top of the paper. External reserves dropped by $640 million in May. CBN. Margaret?
Okay, now the Guardian paper. The top story is on the business scene. It says federal government targets private refineries to take over 300,000 BPD. And the next story says, expect shock of your lives, Buhari warns secessionists. And by the side of the paper, it says, NECO police rule out assassination in Obioma's death. And Judge Buhari with achievements, not insecurity. Minister tells Nigerians. Page 4 has the full story. That's Lai Mohammed tells Nigerians. Now to the top of the paper, it says, Senate gives panel 14 days to tidy Buhari's fresh 2.3 trillion naira loan request. And Nance declared June 12 National Protest Day as President seeks COAS confirmation. Bandits kill police officer, 10 others in Kaduna, Katsina. Page 5 rather has a story. Finally, from the Guardian, Akeredolu canvasses adoption of unicameral legislature. Page 6 has the full story.
The Nation now. Anti-graft war. Customs CG top officers to declare assets. Controversy over NECO registrar's death. Governors, others mourn. And toll likely to return on federal highways. And Buhari to arsonists, killers, agitators. I will shock you. Insecurity won't define our administration. This is coming from the federal government. And that's it from the Nation.
Now moving to this day paper, from the top of the paper to the bottom, it says, the top says, oil price hits 30-month high on OPEC's demand rally forecast. And Nigeria's July production pegged at 1.579 million PBD. Emefiele, revival of cotton textile industry critical for economic recovery. Page 8 has the story. Federalism, local government autonomy, top demands at constitution review hearings. The writer saying Sultan seeks immunity clause removal role of monarchs. And Akeredolu wants Senate scrapped. Page 10 has the full story. And now to the top story. Promoters of insurrection are for a rude shock, says Buhari. The writer saying vows attack on INEC's assets won't stop future elections. And reassure Nigerians no third-term ambition. And finally, it's on this day paper says Southeast governors charge security agencies to unravel Gulak's assassination. Now the details of the story is on page 5 of this day paper. Moving on, Dr. Dayo Kayode, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome again.
My pleasure.
All right,
being here.
now.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome, sir. Of all the stories, what caught my attention is one of the stories from just by my right of the paper, the side. It says, coming from Lai Mohammed, he says, George Buhari with achievements, not insecurity, minister tells Nigerians. yes, it's good to judge with achievement, but it makes me wonder in all of the achievements, if everywhere is insecure, how much achievements are we still going to have with an insecure country?
In fact, for anybody to even judge this government successfully, you need to look at on the platform to which they rode into government, into governance in this country. Those are security, on top of it, security, economy, and whatever follows. And when you're looking at security, to what extent has this government been able to tackle insecurity as we are seeing today? Yes, not that we were having 100% security during the last administration, but it wasn't as it wasn't as it is now then. Because then, even though you were having people saying we want our republic, this and that, but not as expansive as we are having now. You were not having killings as we were having now. I'm not saying yes, what happened then, it's okay, no. But I'm just reacting to what Lai Mohammed is saying. I was listening to it this morning, even when it was being relayed on one of the television houses before I left house. I was just looking at him. How can this man be saying, don't judge us on security? What do we judge you with? Our constitution. In our constitution, I think one of the first prerogative which you should give to the people of Nigeria is security of lives and properties. But look at what is happening in Southeast. Look at what is happening in the Middle Belt, Benue. Look at what is happening in the Northeast and all like that. Killings here and there. Even in the Southwest. Southwest is not even left behind. You see dead bodies on the streets, on the roads and all that. So why will we not judge you on the spate of insecurity that we are having? Yesterday I was in a particular platform and we were discussing this. I said I will be tackling this on leadership idiocy and lackadaisical attitude to the constitution they swore to uphold. Leadership idiocy in terms of you seeing, in Yoruba they always say in Yoruba pé igi gangan ma gún mi lójú òkèrè láti ń wò. Meaning, in anything, you have to be proactive. You need to be proactive. When all these things were rearing heads, what did you do? What did you do? And look at all those statements. You need not to make all those harsh statements now. Because at the end of the day, when two elephants fight, the grass suffers. These are people that are determined. When you see, do you need to fight a madman the way that madman is? You need to be diplomatic. You need to use some theorems that are outside the box for you to be able to curb some things. Imagine people going on peaceful protest and you are sending armed personnel to be shooting them. You don't do that in democracy. You don't do that because you allow that thing to grow to that level. The time that you are supposed to have nib it in the bud, you refuse to nib it in the bud. Again, in Yoruba, they always say, you know this iroko tree. When you want it trimmed to give you the kind of shade it's supposed to give you, it's while growing up that you keep on shaping it. Because by the time you have allowed it to grow, how will you be able to climb to that height to trim it and then give you the kind of shade you're expecting it to give you? No, it's not possible. So this government should stop talking ash. They should use diplomacy in sorting out the yes. I don't believe in a divisive Nigeria. I'm one of those people that are trying to see how we can build a more cohesive Nigeria that is pivoted on equity, justice, and fair play. But at the same time, I will not support the government trying to bully those that are those that are agitating for good life, for them to live as a human being within a federation which others are claiming that they belong to.
But that wouldn't, that doesn't mean you don't see anything positive about this government.
About this government? As much as there is insecurity, tell me. I mean, in those days, we can go out at any point in time to do your businesses, okay? You can go out and do so many things. But these days, even when you are driving during the day, you watch your mirror unnecessarily, whether you are being trailed or not. Look at what happened to Gulag and some other people like that. So, if somebody, just in those days, if you fail in one, it's fail in all. When you fail in one, you fail in all. Most especially that security. I cannot travel to Kaduna the way we used to travel in those days. Neither can I go to the east the way we travel. Even to go to Ekiti, I have to think twice. Because between Lagos-Ibadan Express, is it safe? Between Ibadan, Ilesha, Ife, is it safe? Iwaraja, Efon, Aramoko, down to Ado Ekiti. All those roads, are they safe? To Akure, all those roads, are they safe? So tell me. No, tell me. Where the shoe pinches you is where you will look out mostly, not where you are enjoying. No.
So security is paramount.
It's more than paramount.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much, Dr.
Thank you so much.
All right, we just have to move to the next topic. And
okay,
don't forget,
right
this conversation doesn't end here. It continues on all our social media platforms. Please do well to share your thoughts, what you think about Nigeria, the government, and what you think about the show. We'd like to hear from you. And
without breaking anything, we are continuing seamlessly with the topic for the day. And the state of the country has given room to question the security of the masses and the call for so many changes and amendments. Recently, the 1999 Constitution is going through some amendments. The governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, just called that the Senate be scrapped. He must have his reasons, no doubt. So, discussing this topic with us today is still the political technocrat here in the House, Dayo Kayode. Welcome once again.
Thank you very much.
You remember we told you we're going to talk some more.
So I know you mentioned constitution in the conversation.
Yeah. So here we are. Why would Rotimi Akeredolu, a serving governor, want the Senate scrapped?
Yeah, I wouldn't know why he wants it scrapped, because he will definitely be having his own perspective from where he is talking from, which might, I want us to underline that word, might be different from my own. Okay, so I will better talk from my own than from his own. I never met him before, we never discussed before, so I wouldn't know the angle he is coming from. But
no, actually, what I meant was, is there any justification? Is it thinkable for the present Senate to be scrapped? Your own view, actually.
Yeah, from my own perspective.
Yeah.
You see, either you scrap it or you do not scrap it. Okay? At least, definitely, you will have a National Assembly. Okay? That National Assembly, who are the people going to be there? Are you going to bring in angels from heaven? No. And that's why I have been saying, our constitution the way it is, it might not be as faulty as people are thinking, but rather the operators go and bring the best constitution in the whole world to this country. The moment we don't change the mindset of the operators, we still be complaining. So we have to first of all go beyond changing of our constitution to bringing in capacious people to manage our constitution. What do I mean? Let's take it from Ibi Pelebe, from the list. Okay? Look at SOP, separation of power. Is it not entrenched in the constitution? Separation, is it not entrenched in the constitution? Do we need the president to be giving one kind of what you even call it, tent whatever, for us to know that we have to follow the dictates of separation of power in the constitution? Before we know that our local government is supposed to be autonomous, before we know that judiciary is supposed to be autonomous, do we need this long term of agitation by Jusun before we know that judiciary should be autonomous? Do you understand? So what I'm saying is, yes, we might say there are some gray areas to be addressed in our constitution, but who are the people going to do? Are we saying this crop of our leaders, of which even somebody who is supposed to lead the delegation is calling other people that are coming to be part of it to give their own view, calling them thugs? Are those the people managing our constitution? So what I'm saying is, yes, Akeredolu Ale might be right from his own perspective and all that, but that is not supposed to be our priority now. Our priority should be putting the right peg in the right hole, the right people to manage our constitution. 1963 constitution was jettisoned. All right, it was picked up by these people, Arab Emirates. Yeah. They are still using it today now. And they, America that we are copying, are they not having by camera? Yeah, is it not working? Is our population up to that of America? No.
I think one of the reasons Akeredolu gave was to reduce the cost of governance, and he specifically.
And that is why I mentioned America. Our population is not as much as America. Okay, they are having by camera. What is happening there? Are they removing Senate? No. What I'm saying is, the people managing the constitution, they are the ones that are faulty. Look at the humongous amount of money they are taking, and most of them they will not even come to sittings, and they still be collecting money. Why? These are issues we need to look at. It's not about removing the senators or whatever. No, it's not about that. Even when you come with one legislative house, definitely they want to increase the numbers. All right? And they will look at it, okay, this is how much the senators are earning, and this is how much these people are earning. Because we are now doing dual function. We are performing dual function. Then they will see increase their salaries. They will see increase the amount that they can collect. So, have we been able to achieve anything there? No.
Okay.
We should look beyond reducing. I mean, we should look beyond scrapping the Senate to who are the people managing this constitution? Who are they? How did they emerge? Are they not people that Baba Sowipe that are there just because they can do Oraisa, just because they can fight here, they can fight there? I mean, we know the story of so many of them that are there. When you have a whole senator that is supposed to be a Federal Republic senator of Nigeria, parking expensive cars in his sitting room. Expensive cars in the sitting room, not one, not two. Have we not been seeing them? What do we call that? Kwashiorkor brain. All right? And then you are asking Kashioko's brain to see amend your constitution?
Dr.
Is
Dayo,
it possible?
In his statement, in Akeredolu's statement, he said we want to, one of his statements now in response to, in relating to this, he said we want to see a constitution that will enhance the performance of public office holders at all levels. Now, you mentioned that there's really nothing so wrong with the constitution. It's just based on those handling it. Don't you think if this constitution is reviewed, it would impute some stringent rules that all these public officers that you mentioned are parking cars in public funds, losing public funds, they would be sanctioned without any form of, would I call it man no man involved?
Thank you. In our constitution, don't we have rules of engagement? Don't we have ways of dealing with people that are stealing public funds in that same constitution that we are saying is faulty? Don't we have punitive measures inside that constitution? But it is a pity that we are not putting the right peg in the right hole. Even those, in those days, let any of our Chief Justice go to the Hague for interview. What happens? They are always applauded. What happened during the last one? I mean, we all read it in the public domain. We all read it. Yeah? I mean, these are issues. These are issues whereby somebody who is not capable of being in a particular position is being brought in just because of favoritism and nepotism. What do you expect? In a situation whereby people are being appointed to positions, and the moment they are there, all those ones that are their senior, not minding how much you have spent on them, not minding their experiences, how much they have gained this and all that, they will retire. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. Of recent, I read in the papers, I think either early this week or late last week, aviation industry is suffering from dearth of professionals. Where are these professionals? What has happened to them? You don't understand what I'm saying? What has happened to them? When you don't have capable people at our control tower, what will you be expecting within the aviation industry? Spate of incidents and accidents. And that is exactly what we are having now. Spate of incidents and accidents. That's what we are having now. It's not about the regulatory body now. It's not about NCA now. It's regulating it. But somebody somewhere who is sitting above NCA is saying, this is the person I want there. Do you understand? And because NCA too wants to maintain his job, we keep quiet. And at the end of the day, what do you have? Spate of incidents and accidents. And that is why we are having this in this country.
Now, Dayo, your stand on the Constitution not being the issue we are having right now.
Not being the topmost priority.
But
not being the topmost priority.
It is.
Not that it's not an issue.
Okay.
But not the topmost priority.
But
rather, the controllers.
All right. Now, it will be double tragedy if we should have the wrong hands handling the wrong constitution. Don't you think so?
And then it will also be problematic having the wrong people giving us a new constitution. Because what they will see give us again will be a wrong constitution.
No, because events have overtaken the constitution of 1999.
Listen, which event now? What are the things they are saying? They are saying that constitution was written by military government.
Okay.
The military.
And this is civilian administration.
Okay. The president of this country, who is he? Who was he? Who was he before becoming the president, civilian president?
Yes, he was a military man. He was a soldier.
Go to that Senate. Go to House of Reps. Go and look at ex-soldiers there. Are those military men not Nigerians? So why are we complaining that they are being made by Nigerians? Even when they were making that constitution, don't we have civilians also working with them? Ahmed Joda, Did he not work with Baba Ahmed Joda? Did he not work with the military? Is he not a respectable elder statesman? Baba Theophilus Danjuma, was he not an ex-military man? Is he not a respectable elder statesman today? Go to the east too. This Baba there, Ebitu Kue. Do you understand? Why are we complaining? Because it's been written by the military. But what we are saying is this: whatever is faulty there, because we are having a wrong peg handling our DC, is making it to be more faulty. All right? There is no doubt about it. Bring somebody who is well experienced to come and pilot an airplane that has little problem. He will be able, because of that experience, he will be able to maneuver. Just like yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. I was my mechanic. He drove a car. My mechanic drove a car that the charging system, alternator, was not working properly. He drove that car from Mowe to Mechanic Village at First Gate. Because why? He is a professional mechanic. He knows how to manage it. But me, as just an experienced driver, will not be able to do that. Rather, it will complicate issues. So if only we can look at that kind of a concept from there, then we understand what I'm talking about. I'm not saying our constitution is 100%. There are some gray areas. But it's now becoming more aggravated, because even those managing it, they are like, do you understand? These are people that, sorry, don't.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to.
Okay. Now, while the federal
Then the
government,
message has been passed to viewers.
yeah, okay, yeah, sure, certainly.
Without saying that.
Certainly. Now, while efforts are being made to tackle terrorism, banditry, kidnapping, and what have you, assassination seems to be rearing its head today. What's your thoughts?
Have there been any effort to tackle those things you have been talking? You just talked about.
At least efforts are being made.
What are
they may
those
not
efforts?
have been yielding the expected
Listen,
results.
What are those efforts? If efforts have been made since all these days, we wouldn't be seeing what we are seeing. Mark you, no matter how bad somebody is, there will still be an element of small, late head of state. The dark good man, what's his name again? Abacha. He said, any insurgents within a geographical area that could not be quenched within 48 hours, that means the leadership of that place knows about it. Look at this small company here. If there is any infringement, any little infringement, and it cannot be tackled within few period of time, then the management should be asked questions about it, because they are supposed to be looking down at every occurrences there. Okay? Now, let me also go further. Why is it that S-men menace, Boko Haram menace, and all those security breaches within the northern Nigeria were not met with maximum force, and ordinary people that are on peaceful protest in the southeast were met with maximum force? Okay, all those things cause for. Like I told you, I don't believe in all these secessionist activities.
Okay.
But at the same time, if they don't have grievances, they wouldn't be engaging in such a crusade. Okay? So what behoves of any government that wants to live to the constitution he has sworn to, is to know how to handle such and not to declare them non-personal grantor. Do you understand? Meanwhile, those that are killing, maiming, and occupying people's territory, you are giving them amnesty. You are treating them with gloved hands. You couldn't arrest them. You couldn't, even in your own state, while you were there, while you were in your own state, of which all security apparatus are supposed to be there, they came with large motorcycles to come and abduct how many children? How many school children?
All right, Dr.
So you are telling me that security and all these things are, no, please, let us call a spade and not agricultural equipment.
Thank you, Dr. Dio, for sharing your thoughts.
Thank you very much.
I like the
Dio.
last part. Let's call a spade and not an agricultural equipment, because a spade is a spade.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Dr. Dio Kayode. All right, we've been speaking to Dr. Dio Kayode, political technocrat. Up next is the sports segment with Judeji. Oh yes, sport lovers, go nowhere. We'll be right back.
Fresh from the farm, e good for body. No chemical at all. This na real banga. No more wahala or pandy washi. Just put on for fire and your food is done ready. Everybody follow me chop banga, hey banga, oh. Make you follow me chop
Banga cook don easy. Banga na palm fruit wey dem comot, put am inside can. You fit use banga cook any kind soup wey you like, and other food dem like rice, beans, and even yam. Na Pali Agro Product Limited dem dey manufacture am. For distribution, make you call 070 666 38213. Banga, come make your food yummy.
True unripe plantain flour is 100% natural flour gotten from the processing of unripe plantain. It contains no addictive and has a net content of 500 grams. True unripe plantain flour contains vitamin A, B6 and C. It is gluten-free and rich in calcium. Consuming through unripe plantain flour helps to build and strengthen stronger bones and can be a great meal for diabetic patients. It decreases your chances of constipation as it has a high fiber content and provides you with a low-fat diet. Here are some steps to prepare your true unripe plantain flour. Firstly, mix true unripe plantain flour with hot water in a pot and gradually add water till you achieve desired thickness. Place over medium heat and turn very well for 4 to 5 minutes to get the right texture. Mold into a ball and place in a bowl and allow to cool. Serve with your choice of soup. True unripe plantain flour can be eaten with any variety of soup, be it your ofe oha, ofe onugbu, begiri, ewedu, or your miyan kuka. To get your true unripe plantain flour, contact us at 12 Olowera Isheri Road by First Welder Bus Stop off Omole Phase 2, Olowera, Lagos, Nigeria, or call 070 66 63 8213 or 081 63 97 4447. Distributors.
Mama, you're coming to Lagos. Banga. Baby, Mama just called me now. She's coming to see you. She asked me to tell you to make banga soup for her. And she's close to the house. Oh.
How do you expect me to prepare banga in just few minutes?
I have a solution for you.
Really?
If you no sabi cook the banga, you no go enter my family.
Pali banga is used in making other exotic dishes such as banga jollof rice, banga eforiro, banga asaro or yam porridge, banga egusi, and many more. Pali banga is easy to open, No preservatives, no cholesterol, and no coloring. Approved by NAFDAC. Manufactured by Pali Agro Products Limited. Available in all leading stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Pali Banga, natural palm fruit extracts for tasty African cuisine.
Powerful looks command respect, they say. The perfect body, the perfect grooming, and ultimately the perfect skin. Looks, style, and grooming makes the ultimate man. Found a ridiculously easy way to make my skin always feel epic. My name is Neo. I found Blemiviv, and now my skin finally makes sense.
Welcome back. This is still iBrand Daybreak, and this is the sports segment of the show. Good morning to you guys. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Margaret. Let's start off the show talking about the Super Eagles camp that is happening, the one that is happening right there in the city of Austria, in the country of Austria, actually. It's where the Super Eagles will be taking on Cameroon in some days from now. Yes, later this weekend, we'll be talking about a friendly game between Nigeria and Cameroon, and we know the one that's been the big story as regards the Super Eagles is the fact that lots and lots of players pulled out of that one. About 8 players pulled out of that friendly game versus Cameroon. Yes, we had 8 players, 2 strikers and 2 defenders, involving the likes of Victor Osimhen, one of the players that are out of that one. But the focus right now is for those that are still part of that one. 19 players we hear are currently in camp as we speak. The game will be going on later this weekend, and we expect that it will be a quite interesting game that the Super Eagles will use to prepare properly for the ones that will be going on later in September. That's, of course, the FIFA World Cup qualifying games that will be going out later in September. Remember, those games were meant to be going on at this period, but it got moved due to some issues CAF highlighted, and right now the team are using these games as a way to keep in shape, keep fit for the ones that will be going on later in the year. Let's see how it pans out. I guess it's one of those games where we'll get to sit back and see how good our teams are going to be looking. Yes, Genotro is already telling us that this is a game that he would be using to test a couple of players who have not taken to the pitch for the Super Eagles in a couple of games now, or the ones that are making it into the team for the first time. Yes, we see the likes of Anoyi Uwala, who has been doing so well for Aimba. Maybe we get to see him once again. We also see the new man in the team. Maybe we also get to see him Valentine Ozona for the Aimba defender. We also most likely would be getting to see that man as the Super Eagles take to the pitch later this weekend, where all we can say at this point is do well against the indomitable Lions of Cameroon. Now let me talk about Aruno Quadri. Yes, the #1 man in Africa once you talk about table tennis. Yesterday, the Table Tennis Federation, the Table Tennis Association in Africa, they said that Quadri have officially qualified for the Tokyo Olympics, and that would be coming after he represented Nigeria at the London Olympics in 2012 and, of course, the Rio Olympics in 2016. Now, we saw how Quadri did so well in 2016 and got to the quarterfinals of that one. Unfortunately for him, he got knocked out by Malong, that eventually won that gold medal title in Rio right there in Brazil. But this is another chance for Aruna Quadri, who is the #1 man in Nigeria and #1 man in Africa, to prove that he's one of the big names in the world of table tennis. Yes, right now, Quadri ranks number 24 in the world. Yes, you can imagine, number 24. That's a chance for him to show that he's not just the best Africa, but one of the best in the world, actually, and he can bring his medal and possibly bring home a gold medal for Nigeria. Yes, all eyes right now will definitely be on Quadri as he heads to Tokyo right there in Japan. Let me round off this segment and talk about one man who has gone back to where he formerly called home. Talk about Carlo Ancelotti. Yes, the former Everton manager has gone back to Real Madrid. He was coach of Real Madrid between 2013 and 2015, and we definitely know how that panned out. Yes, did so well with Real Madrid and was also able to lead them to the Champions League in 2014. And we also remember that interesting 22-game unbeaten run that he had with Real Madrid, wonderful winning streak, and he was able to do so many records while he was there at Real Madrid. And here is a chance presenting itself for the big man Carlo Ancelotti once again. Yes, we saw how Real Madrid came so close to winning the La Liga this season, but they lost out to Atletico Madrid on the final day. This next season, definitely the fans of Madrid will be hoping that Ancelotti can bring back those magical ones of his that he had wielding while he was in charge of the team between 2013 to 2015. I can only wish him all the best at this point. Margaret, it's back to you.
All right, thank you so much, Dechi, for that amazing sports update. You sure have sports fans that are always waiting to hear from you. One of the guests today was actually, at the point he entered the show, he was like, oh, where's the sport analyst? I really hope he talks about the Chelsea and Man City match on Monday. Well, I'm sure you did justice to that because I was here on Monday.
Yes.
And so, all right, thank you, Chidechi, for that sports update. And now we move to Twitter. If you're just joining, well, sorry, because you've missed a lot. But not to worry, later in the day, we'll have a repeat belt. And also tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow is a step to the weekend, and we'll be bringing you some interesting and I would have loved to say mouth-watering, but, well, interesting segment right here. Now, Twitter has a lot for us. Twitter, it gives us the backbones every now and then. If you're not strong, man, don't go on Twitter. Look for something else to do. Now, there's a picture, and a journalist by the name Toba Adedeji says, I am tired of getting this kind of results when I cook. If you are available for marriage, send an emoji. 3 bots got burnt in 2 days. Now, the picture is currently displayed on your screen, so you just have a hate on what we're talking about. You trust Twitter users, so always reply to him. So, at I am Bimbi, he said, when they said, Junior, come to the kitchen and see what I am doing, you didn't listen. See your life now. And Don Adam said, Oga wife, are you looking for? Or well, I'm trying to get what the reply said. Oga wife, are you looking for? Or for wife or cook? Okay, Oga wife, are you looking for wife or cook? If you want to cook better, go to YouTube. And replying to that, someone else said, Jude, don't even think of starting a family without first improving your cooking skills. Even ordinary yam you dey burn. Sure. Don't go and burn your whole farm because you want to boil egg. And the last one, still replying to him, Bello Ola 15 said, you will still need to cook for your wife when she's pregnant. Oh, well, no, the guy, honestly, just had this, innocently went to Twitter or went to social media to give us a picture of the food the 3 pots got burnt while he was trying to cook. And then he's asking for a wife. Oh, well, I know I read that thing somewhere on Instagram before today. And someone was saying, you need a wife or you need a cook. Whether go get a cook. I know it's men in the kitchen. So men their culinary skills are amazing. But other men, I do not know what they do. So Michael, now, can you cook?
It's personal to me.
Oh, okay. You cannot cook.
It's really personal to me. Oh, but I assure you of one thing. If I enter the kitchen, prepare anything, and come out with it, I'm very, very sure.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You don't even, you should have waited for me to learn.
Okay, yeah.
That food will only be eaten by me alone. Nobody else
I
can.
Just said,
because Well, I've always seen that as a woman's responsibility, but in the real sense of the word, it is not. Because at times the woman may be under the weather, indisposed, in which case it is now for the husband to enter the kitchen and do the same stuff. And then talking about the journalist who's asking for a wife because he burnt 3 pots in 2 days, I think there is more to marriage that's having a wife than just cooking, right? It's far, far beyond cooking. What if you have a wonderful, fantastic cook who gives you trouble every blessed day?
Yeah, as a wife.
I don't know if you get what I mean. Both the good cooking and whatever skill she's got, they can go to blazes. You don't care anymore. So for those of them out there who are just looking for wives that know how to cook,
because for the sake of food, you eat the food and one day you get tired of eating food and you want something else. And
definitely.
So even when she cooks for you, you even want to come home to eat the food again. So please, if you're looking for a wife, it's good to know how to cook. But I think food is, everyone eats, so everyone should know how to cook. Food is a necessity. You don't want someone making shakara for you because she can cook and you cannot cook.
It shouldn't be lopsided, either a man's responsibility or a woman. So, okay, both parties have to share in this.
But you know one thing, and another dimension I want to look at this from, aside the fact that he's asking for a wife because he wants a pot. I think I'm looking at it from the organizational point of view.
Okay.
You know, there's something about having a woman in your house, in your home. It makes, well, majority of it makes you more organized. You know, normally, even if he would burn the pot, but I'm looking at it from the fact that he needs someone to organize his life, not just necessarily a cook. Maybe he didn't say that one, and maybe the Twitter users, but I'm talking for him. Maybe he needs someone to help organize his life and not necessarily
how the catering stuff, right?
Yeah, maybe it needs organization, because for you to burn pot, that means you might be a good cook, but maybe you might be absent-minded. You put the yam on the fire and you go to sleep. That is disorganization. Maybe you're so tired. I know a friend of mine who tried to burn his house while he was
trying to
beans.
cook.
Yeah, he slept off on the beans.
Okay, yeah. Are you sure that wasn't the case here?
Oh, well, maybe that could be. But if there was a lady in the house, even though he's the one cooking, at least he would have been more organized to know the timing, to know when.
Okay,
you know.
I agree with you. I agree with you. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
and that directly will take us to the day's quote. All right? Now, success usually comes to those who are too busy looking for it. I take it again. Success usually comes to those who are too busy looking for it. That's from Henry David Thoreau. Yeah, surely. Wishful thinking, dreaming alone, hope and expectations do not bring success. No.
You have to be busy.
Yeah, you have to be busy. But I would want to put it this way. Hard work and smart work is a wonderful combination. It's really a winning combination. So as you work hard, work smart. That is it.
And you have to always
definitely
be busy.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't be sitting at a spot waiting for success to look for you. You have to be busy looking for success.
Sure.
And success will find you. Funny enough, we have someone named Success here, and we're always looking for her in this office. It's never at the place. All right, that was on a lighter mode. To end and wrap up the show now, and Michael, we just have to let go.
Thank you so much for being a part of it all. Michael Nuts.
And I am Margaret Opera. See you tomorrow.
Catch you tomorrow.